Well, the Pharisees heard that Jesus had kind of put the Sadducees in their place, and they didn't want to give up, so they found a guy that was really good at arguing about the Bible. And they thought maybe they could send him and confuse Jesus and get Jesus to say something that he ought not to say. Good luck with arguing with God in the flesh. But anyway, one of them was a lawyer, and he came to ask Jesus a question, testing him. Now let's set this up. In the book of Deuteronomy, before the Israelites went in to possess the promised land, the Lord said, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength." And he said, "Now I want you to wear that in a box on your forehead and in a box on the back of your hand." And in the first century, Jews were doing that, and today Orthodox Jews actually will wear the phylactery on the back of the hand and the frontlet between their eyes that will have "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength" in that little box. And this guy comes to Jesus and he says, "What's the great commandment in the law?" You know, if you argue "thou shalt not kill" is the greatest commandment, well, I'll argue that "thou shalt not steal" is a great commandment, and we'll get some kind of an argument and you'll get mixed up. And I can't help but think that Jesus either looked between the guy's eyes at the box or looked down at the back of the guy's hand with this look on his face that said, "Duh." And then Jesus said, the greatest commandment is love the Lord your God with all your heart. And the second commandment is like it, love your neighbor as yourself. Then he said, on these hang all the law and the prophets. In other words, if you want to really boil the commands of the Bible down to something nice and simple and easy to remember, if you love people, you're going to treat them good. Romans 13:10, love does no ill to its neighbor, therefore love is the fulfillment of the law. Sounds pretty good. Galatians 5:6 says that Christianity basically works this way, faith working through love. And so all the commandments do boil down to that. Now in another passage, that lawyer that had come to Jesus said, well said. If you love your neighbor, that pretty well takes care of it. Yeah, it does. Now, I'm not capable of loving my neighbor on my own. And under the Old Testament, people had no special power working inside of them where they could. But the Bible says now that the Spirit of God indwells every believer. And the very definition of God's character can be boiled down to one word. Yeah, you guessed it. God is love, 1 John 4:8. And so if the Spirit of God indwells you, and you yield yourself to the control of the Spirit of God, you can love God with all your heart, and you can love your neighbor as yourself. God bless you, and let's go love some people. All done.